Hello. Hi, everybody. Yes, this is Yakidachi, your boomer VTuber with a nose for nostalgia and a nose for the news, saying, "Hey, I'm checking my personality out." Yeah. Um, we've had clashes of personality in the news lately. More precisely in the VTuber sphere, and I'm not going to step into that because I am still only barely into my first week of my fourth month into VTubing, and yeah, I'm not here to make enemies. So I'm not. I don't have a dog in this fight between certain VTubers who's cheating on somebody and whatever. That's just too much drama for me. So I'm gonna stay away from the dramage. See what I did there? The dramage. And yeah, not interested. However, it's apropos because I did pick this topic up from last week that we were going to do personality tests just to see where we're at in terms of assessing ourselves, like your own personal check-in, right? Wouldn't that be valuable? Unless you're a total narcissist, then you already think you're wonderful. So we're done here. Have a good night. Unfortunately, I've come into. I've, what why do narcissists mostly have to be egoists? That's what I have to ask. Like, couldn't we find a narcissist who's like so like he just tries to be more humbler than thou? You can't out humble me. I'm the humblest around. Oh, sorry. Um, so what what we're doing today is we're going to go through some tests, some serious. I will try not to dox myself in the serious attempts at answering these questions, though. So there's a question that may reveal too much of myself, I will put in a fake answer. I have that prerogative because, for all you know, I'm using a voice changer right now, right? So no, I'm not. Sadly, I sound like this for reals. Um, Pardon me. Tonight's beverage is brought to you by probiotic soda of water kefir. The flavor is blood orange. So, I have a sort of an upset tummy, so I just find sometimes if I drink kefir water or kombucha, then it settles my tummy down. That's if I need something stronger than ginger ale. Hmm. Aha! So now you know why I drink ginger ale all the time. It's for my tummy. But this stuff, a little bit more expensive, but it does the trick when I need it. Need it the most. So, pardon me. Sip time. And once again, thank you for joining me tonight. Yeah, so we're going to be doing some personality tests. So I got um, a work colleague actually helped me develop a lot of the content for tonight. Well, at least recommending me some tests. Maybe they're secretly hoping that I take them and change my errant ways. Maybe, but fat chance of that. Too bad. I'm irredeemable. Um, but yeah, they recommend this to me because they studied psychology and it helps them in their corporate world. And like, oh, okay, that's cool. I should have talked to you last week because I'm getting this info dump and only 10% landing in my puny little brain. And he says he's such a brainiac. It's amazing. I totally admire this guy, but still, oof, yeah, he way he just info dump stuff. Yeah, just oh my God, I'm barely keeping up, like barely. Okay, I'm not keeping up at all, but whatever. Oh yeah, before I forget, I should actually put on some uh background music. Hold on, please. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, let's see if I got anything here. Let's see. And I'm going to put on some. Yeah, you can see my YouTube screen behind me. There's Moomay's 3D concert graduation stream. Oh, I did see her 2D one and hey, that was fun to watch. Anyway, let me just see if I can find a let's see, chill gamer music. Chill gamer music. Copyright free. There we go. I don't want to get bogged. Okay. Oh. Okay. Maybe I'll. Wow. Let me see if I can pull that up. Pardon for the. I just got home from work, so I'm a little. Okay. Well, you know what? It is what it is, man. So for those who are paying attention, I was posted some shorts on a night out on in the old disco, what the kids today call clubbing. So I was out clubbing with um, EDM and electronic dance music and hip hop, Japanese hip hop, which I thoroughly enjoyed. Uh, Believe it or not, there was a point in my life where I was a VIP at a hip hop club here in Left Coast City. I'm not gonna lie. I know it sounds weird because I'm about as hip hop as your average forensic accountant. I mean, maybe that's what they'll discover in my personality. Is like you'd be the funniest forensic accountant. But no, no, I was VIP for a while. I was ripping up the dance floor. Oh my goodness! But no floor work. I don't do floor work. More of a stand up groove, pop and lock kind of guy. What? So that may explain my weird choices in music at times. Because remember, in hip hop, you can sample anything, right? If it's a Bach concerto, you can sample that. If it's an old country bluegrass tune, you can sample that. So, yeah, that's what I liked about hip hop was it's very you can get very weird and diverse. But we're not here for hip hop tonight. We're here for a personality test. So the first one we're looking at is you'll see on the screen, uh, the HEXACO personality inventory. The what? And what that's all about is this is the first serious one. Don't worry. Once we get over the serious one, I want to alternate with a silly one and then a couple of short serious ones and then a silly one. So you'll see what I'm doing here. We're just trying to run the gamut of different personality tests, including one that measures the dark side. Believe it or not. Because let's face facts, personality tests tend to be biased towards those who are trying to look good, right? So, oh, I'm extroverted, I'm more introverted, or this sort of thing, right? But someone actually created a test on measuring how how dark your personality is. What? So, hence my opening talk about maybe some people that you've encountered in your life might need to take that test. Yeah. All right, so let's go HEXACO. Here we go. So a measure of the 6 major dimensions of personality. So it's if you read it might be a little small on your screen, but I'll read out the bullet points. So the HEXACO is an acronym. Don't you love acronyms in the academic world? Right? RGB, DNA, HEXACO. Well, HEXACO stands for, the H stands for honesty / humility. The E is for emotionality. The X is for extraversion. The A is for agreeableness versus anger. The C is for conscientiousness. And the O is for openness to experience. All right. So let's go take this here test. There it is on the menu on the right. I've never taken these before. I don't know what I'm going to get here. Which language would you like to use? Klingon. Can I have Klingon, please? No? Okay, I'll settle for English. Please note that your HEXACO results will be provided in English only. Please press the next button below. Proceed after choosing your preferred net. Okay, fine. Okay, so on this website, you can complete the HEXACO Personality Inventory Revised. HEXACO PIR. They have acronyms within acronyms, guys. Uh-oh. It'll take about 10 to 30 minutes to complete the inventory itself. 100 questions. Hope this isn't a pass-fail. Additional research questions and some demographic questions. All right, well, I'm going to try and not dox myself too hard there. So you guys are going to get the most generic answers I'll give there. So the results will be computed after I finished. Participation is voluntary, and you can withdraw the study from any time. If you withdraw your responses before the point of withdrawal will not be used. Your responses are anonymous and confidential. And they'll be combined with other participants and used for personality research. So it'll be all blended. And here's the kicker. Like I said, I live on the left coast of Canada. We went through one heck of a traumatic event last night. Not trying not to switch gears, but I have to acknowledge that, right? So it did affect me today in many ways. Some of you guys might have actually heard some of the sirens on my stream last night. There was a whole parade of them. That was for that incident. I'm not going to repeat that. You can look it up yourself because But at the same time, the reason why this really made the personality test more cogent to me was that, we frequently we're living in an increasingly conflicted society. And so if you know where you stand and figure out where other people stand as well, more than just the surface value, maybe we can actually develop a sense of understanding that we're all not unique in our strengths and weaknesses, and we all have foibles and strengths. So anyway, just a better understanding to sort of to create an inventory of yourself and where you're at. Okay, so this is from the University of Calgary. Yeah, I just found that out when I was doing a quick study of this earlier today. Like, Calgary, there you go. Okay. Please read the following points before beginning the inventory. Results may not appear due to technical difficulties. This is rare, but that can happen. A smartphone may not give you the best presentation of the results, so you are using a computer. Your results may not match your own perceptions. Okay. What do you mean I'm not a saint? And well, I always said there's plenty of cures in the world, but there's very few that can cure a bruised ego. And you know a few people with that around, right? Hmm. These are not a clinical assessment. Really? An online quiz is not a clinical assessment? Wow. Shock. Um, we cannot discuss your results with you. uh, I'm sorry, Mr. Dachi, but you seem to be a very, very far outlier. We need to consult you. Please step into this cage. Your responses will be aggregated with others and used for academic research. Okay. Yes, I understand and acknowledge the above. Continue. Okay, wow. So this is one of those. This is a metric you're going to see in a lot of the quizzes. Is they have a spectrum, so they go from strongly agree to strongly disagree. So first question says, I would be quite bored to visit to an art gallery. Well, I would strongly disagree. I love art galleries. I am an artiste, and I love art galleries. And yeah, to bits. I almost to the point that I bore other people going to art galleries because I've been to art galleries with my friends, and I'm like they've already gone one floor ahead of me, and I'm still on the first floor, and they're like, "Come on, man!" It's like I'm studying the art, dude. I clean my office or home quite frequently. Oh well, now there's a loaded question for me. My office looks like a filing cabinet exploded on my desk. My home studio where I'm talking to you guys at is actually quite orderly. So, guess what? It depends on the stress. This is my stress-free zone here at home, right? There's very few things that stress me out here compared to my work environment. So, I'm gonna put a strong neutral on that one because it depends. And I don't see it depends as an answer choice on this thing. It depends. All right. I rarely hold a grudge, even against people who have badly wronged me. I agree. I tend to forgive, but you know what? I'll never forget. That means there's consequences. Like I don't hold a grudge, but I'll just say, yeah, maybe I won't. Or maybe I won't lend you $5. Just saying. Oh, you haven't paid me back yet, but and I'm not. We can still hang out and stuff, but and your friends and my friends can still hang out. But no, no, you're not getting any more money out of me. So I tend to be easygoing, but there's a door closes, yet another door opens, but a door closes. So there you go. So I would agree, not strongly agree though, because there's been times that I've been hurt. I feel reasonably satisfied with myself overall. Um, I'm gonna say I agree. I wouldn't say I strongly agree because then I don't know. That it almost feels like smugness. So I'm gonna strongly agree. Um, yeah, because my life, I've had earlier episodes in my life which were frankly extremely crappy. So, and that was a crappy guy dealing with it and not dealing with it in a constructive way. So, I've been in that state. So I'm certainly better than that now. But do I strongly agree? No. Um, I would feel afraid if I had to travel in bad weather conditions. Um, I would disagree, but not strongly disagree because if I'm flying in an airplane and I'm in bad turbulence, yeah, yeah. I'll be the guy gripping my pillow, screaming for my mommy. Um, uh, however, if I'm on a boat and there's white water, white caps on said waves smashing into the boat, I'd be having a jolly good time actually, because I know I can swim. I know how to actually I have strong survival skills that way. It's just like, what type of survival skills do you have if your plane's falling out of the sky because thunder or some turbulence got to it? Like you got none. You're just wholly dependent on others and luck and skill. Whereas, you have some say in the matter if you're in a rocking boat. Right? You have some say, not a lot, but some. So the degree of control, yeah, and that's why I did say strongly agree. Um, if I want something from a person I dislike, I act very nicely toward that person in order to get it. Hmm. Hmm. I would agree, but I wouldn't say strongly agree because I'm a bad liar. I would agree. I'll try to be nice, but they could see through it. But then they'll realize, okay, we'll have to deal with this another time. I'm interested in learning about history and the politics of other countries. Oh, strongly agree. Oh yeah, yeah. I'm a politics and history junkie. Love that stuff. Yeah. My own country, of course, as well, but other countries, heck yeah. When working, I often set ambitious goals for myself. I agree, but it's always a bit couched in the degree of physical effort I can put in because I have some chronic issues that hold me back, so I don't go all in, right? Um, I don't know if you've ever heard the joke from the Marine Corps, which states that the difference between being involved and committed, and they would say if you look at your breakfast, then uh, if your breakfast is ham and eggs, then the chicken was involved, but the pig was committed. So I'm certainly not committed. I'm an egg layer. Well, I'll agree. People sometimes tell me that I am too critical of others. Oh my God, I strongly disagree. I will criticize people, but only after giving them probably too much time to think they're all that in a bag of chips, and I just go in and just give them my 2 cents. But whatever, I'm not that critical. I rarely express my opinions in a group meetings. Now, expressing your opinions doesn't have to be that you're disagreeing with people. By the way, it's just that oh, have you thought of this, or oh, have you thought of that? You might be in agreement, but they might not get the full thing. So, not rarely, I would say I strongly disagree. There's a rare time I would just put up and shut up on at least the opinions. Okay, next. I sometimes can't help worrying about little things. Oh God, I totally strongly agree. I get so worried about little things. I've gotten a lot better over time, but it still rears its ugly head at times. So I do that. Uh, if I knew I could never get caught, I'd be willing to steal $1 million. Oh, I would disagree. But everyone has a price. $1 million, I'd sit and think about it for a while. I'll tell you. But I would still disagree. I would not do it. Be like, I wouldn't do it. I would like a job that requires following a routine then rather than being creative. Um, I'm gonna say strongly disagree, but not for what the reason you think. It's like, oh well, he's a cartoonist, so Yaki's a cartoonist, so of course he's gonna want to be creative. Not necessarily, because also the most routine jobs tend to don't pay as well. Burger flipper, working a fryer. There might be routine jobs for, say, business accounting or something that might pay better as well, but most part, you know what I mean. I often check my work over repeatedly to find any mistakes. Strongly agree, except it's futile. I never spot them. I read them. I just sent an email to a work colleague, and I addressed it to the wrong person, and I checked it 3 times. And after I sent it, I went, "Did I send it to the right person?" And I checked my email, like, "No, I didn't." Good thing they're a colleague of theirs, so they're not gonna think it's too weird that they received it. But still, Yeah, a little bit off the mark there, bro. All right. Sometimes people tell me I'm too stubborn. I'm neutral. Yeah, yeah. I'd be headstrong on certain things, and totally say have it your way, Burger King on others. Like I pick my battles. So I can't say no until I'm neutral. Pick my battles. Um, avoid making small talk with people. Hmm, that's a good one. Um, yeah, I do. I avoid. I'm flipping between, yeah, neutral to agree. So I'm gonna say agree, just because, well, I might feel different tomorrow, but whatever. When I suffer from a painful experience, I need someone to make me feel comfortable. So, like I said before, I grip my pillow and scream for mommy. When I suffer from painful experience, I need someone to make me feel comfortable. Um, I agree. Sure, sure. Having a lot of money is not especially important to me. Uh, I'm gonna say the younger I was, the more I'd be agreeable. Now I'm getting old. I'm just getting old, needy, and greedy. So a lot of money is important to me, but done the right way. Hence, not stealing it. Referring to the earlier question. But then also it's subject like, what's a lot of money? Is 10 grand a lot of money? Is 10 million a lot of money? Like, what's define that? I think paying attention to radical ideas are a waste of time. Strongly disagree because how many times has it in life or in civilization that a radical idea just turns out to be the right one all along, right? So I always listen to the outliers, even ones that I find totally disagreeable to me, because I just need to figure out their positions, and maybe they're coming from a place that is their solutions may not be what I would consider a real solution, but they're coming from a place. They're identifying a problem, right? And maybe we can agree on the problem, if not the solution, and making that a priority somehow. I make decisions based on the feeling of the moment rather than on careful thought. Ooh, I, geez. Yeah, I'm going to disagree. I used to strongly disagree. I used to be a total analyze to the death kind of guy, but that's another form of analysis paralysis and nothing gets done. So I have to do careful thought, but at some point you just got to act, right? So that means you can't be running too far behind the moment of the feeling of the moment because you'll lose people in the heat of the moment, so to speak, but not okay. People think of me as someone who has a quick temper. Ooh, I'm gonna say strongly disagree, but I've had to work on that. I used to have a hair trigger temper. Oh my god. Which is probably the reason why I didn't play games for a while. hmm. How many controller sized dents could I put into this wall? Yipes. But I've gotten a lot calmer over time. Thank goodness. Yeah. I am energetic nearly all the time. Oh God, disagree. There's no. I need to. I need a cattle prod my butt to get out of bed sometimes, man. Like I'm getting better at getting up earlier these days, but still there are still mornings that I behave like I'm a teenager and going, I don't want to go to school. You can't make me. I'm just gonna put my head between my two pillows here and just disappear for a while. Yeah, energetic, no. Um, I feel like crying when I see other people crying. I agree. Yep, yep. When I hate to say this, when all these VTuber graduations have been happening, and then they start choking up, then I start to choke up because I'm holding it together until that point. And I'm like, oh no. I'm an ordinary person who is no better than others. Yeah, I agree. I don't strongly agree because there's some people truly heinous that I will not. Oh no, it's like I am sorry. It's hard for me. My 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 capacity for compassion has you have superseded it. Sorry, you have overdrawn my capacity for compassion. So uh, I might not think you as my equal or whatever, but I will agree though. We all always like to say it doesn't matter what score you have. I think I have one soul and it's equal to your soul. Unless you have a plethora of souls, then congratulations. Yowza. Um, this is an attendance check. Please indicate strongly agree. All of a sudden that feels like the those yes, I'm human check boxes, and you get those mosaics of which one's a car, which one of these is a car. Like, imagine if AI took a personality test. What would they score different personalities on? Anyway, I that's okay. Beyond my pay grade. Um, I wouldn't spend my time reading a book of poetry. Well, neutral because I've read poetry. I don't know. Would I read poetry again these days? Um, ooh. Can I still quote a lot of the old poetry I've read? I haven't read anything new in easily a decade or two, so I'm gonna put myself neutral. Neutral. I plan ahead and organize things to avoid scrambling at the last minute. Strongly disagree for the last minute guy. If you guys seen my stream starts, you already know. Yeah, you already know. Um, my attitude towards people who have treated me badly is forgive and forget. Well, I just forgive, but I don't forget, like I was saying earlier. So I'm gonna put myself a solid neutral on that one. I think that most people like some aspects of my personality. Oh yeah, I agree. Not strongly agree because I've also made some very strange enemies, man. Anyway, don't know. I don't mind doing jobs that involve dangerous work. I agree. Not strongly agree, but I agree. We all have our limits and capacity. Like I said, I do work in essential services, and I've seen and heard of truly crazy things that would make your hair curl. Honestly, I would agree, but strongly agree. No, no, no. I, I'm not. I'm not the daredevil. I wouldn't use flattery to get a raise or promotion. Even if I thought it would succeed, that is so true. I do not believe in kissing butt in order to shine. I just figure if they pass me up and pick somebody else, let's just say I've been in a job where I've had like a half dozen bosses in in a year. Imagine if I kissed their butt. Like, no, no, I'm not into that. Right? I'll just let my own shine, and if people want to be reflected in it, you know, join me for coffee. I enjoy looking at maps of different places. I would agree. Well, it depends what kind of map. I would strongly agree if it's a nicely well-made, well-designed map, like the Tokyo subway map. that holds a spaghetti plate of different lines and stuff, but done very nicely in a nice strong graphic style, and not like Google Maps where it's all in reality, just like looking like chaos. Some organization, I like it. Um, I'm a sucker for infographics. I often push myself very hard while trying to achieve a goal. I agree. I wouldn't strongly agree because now I don't do it at all costs. I used to do it at all costs, and it cost my body. So don't want to do that anymore. I generally accept other people's faults without complaining about them. I agree. Unless they actually start to do harm towards me or my colleagues or my friends, then I'll call them on it. But if they have faults that they're just holding them back, not going to call them on it. In social situations, I'm usually the one who makes the first move. Um, I would agree on that. Well, no, I'm going to put myself neutral because it really depends on the situation. At work, I tend to put myself out first, but on the dance floor, there's like you see pictures of me on the dance floor. I let other people make the move first, whether it's ladies or guys who are interested in talking to me and talking me up. I just want to be that sort of mysterious guy dancing in the corner. So I'll put myself in neutral. Um, I'll worry a lot less than most people do. Strongly disagree. Some people don't worry enough, as we all know. So I'm going to strongly disagree. I would be tempted to buy stolen property if I were financially tight. Oh, strongly disagree. I'll just do without. Done without before, do without again. I enjoy creating working art such as a novel. Oh, yeah, strongly agree. Yeah, I love making creative projects and doing them. I mean, this VTubing itself is a creative project, right? So, loving it. When working on something, I don't pay much attention to small details. Oh, God. I so agree on that. Yeah. For some reason, I have like pinpoint precision on some things, but for the most part, I'm a big picture guy, and I let someone else sweat the details, right? But I can stand back and do the meta and figure things out from afar, where some people just are, they can't see the forest for the trees. So that's where there's pros and cons with that. I'm usually quite flexible in my opinions when people disagree with me. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I've had I deal with difficult and challenging personalities in my work a lot, and you know I will try and see them halfway and say, no, I can see where you're coming from, and this is where you're coming from, and I share your concern, but have you considered this? And so I do the little pushback or devil's advocacy or different strategies so they know that next time they approach me, they can't steamroll over me. They better they better have something cogent and more than just off the top of their head. I enjoy having lots of people around to talk with. I have a bit of a social battery that runs down after 1 or 2 hours, so I'm gonna say neutral because I do like talking to people, but I have a limit. Next, I can handle situations without needing emotional support from anyone else. I agree. I will say strongly agree because there's the days that I feel undercut or other people are undermining me and stuff, and I still get the job done. Mostly just so that I don't give them the satisfaction. They're like, how much more harder do I get before I get to this guy? A lot. I would like to live in a very expensive, high class neighborhood. I disagree. Nah, no, I disagree. As long as it's close to a pool, that's all I care about. Swimming's my all time favorite activity. So as long as it's close to a pool, and I've been in fancy pools and I've been in like rundown cinder block palaces, and both of them are just fine. As long as they have a good pool and a good lifeguard crew, I don't care. Um, let's see here. I like people who have unconventional views. I agree. I'm a cartoonist. I'm going to run into people with unconventional views every day when I was a cartoonist with other cartoonists. Oh my God, that was so much fun. Um, I make a lot of mistakes because I don't think before I act. I'm going to say neutral because I actually ponder things, but sometimes I still miss stuff. And quite, was what my mom says. I hit an air pocket. My brain just hits an air pocket. It's like, ugh. So even if I'm trying to be diligent and stuff, I just, some things slip by me. So I'm going to put neutral. I rarely feel anger even when people treat me badly. I'm gonna disagree. I do feel anger, but I just kind of suppress it and just kind of channel it in other directions. Um, most days I feel cheerful and optimistic. I agree. I would strongly agree because there's some days I just feel like, oh, the world's out to get me, and and it used to be way more stronger that tension, but now I tend to be more cheerful and optimistic. Yes, but still. Ah, when somebody knows unhappy, I can almost feel that person's pain myself. I strongly agree. I'm very empathetic, and sometimes it works against me because it's just it. I can suffer for days. I have that emotional distance. I wouldn't want people to treat me though I was superior to them. Um, yeah, I was strong. Pardon me. Okay, sip time, sippy time. Pardon me. So yeah, no, I would strongly agree. I'd rather be treated as an equal. It's just that the flip side is that I don't want them to feel that they were superior to me. So the flip side is like that, right? So some people have a problem with that because bruised egos. If I had the opportunity, I would like to attend a classical music concert. Oh, absolutely, strongly agree. This is an attentive test. Please indicate neutral. I'm just being neutrally attentive to the whole thing, man. There, that's gonna throw you off. People often joke with me about the messiness of my room or desk. No, but strongly, because the desk I have at my office is, like I said, it looks like a filing cabinet just blew up and then just had a had been demoed on my desk. But they come, but they've also seen my home and go, "What the heck is this?" It's like, come on, less stress, dude. Simple. I'm a simple guy. I'm not that complicated. Um, if someone has cheated me once, I always feel suspicious of this person. I agree. Even though I forgive, I don't forget. I feel that I'm an unpopular person. I will be neutral on that. I'm popular in some circles and unpopular in others. So it's hard to say. It depends where I'm at. When it comes to physical danger, I am very fearful. Um, I will disagree. I will not say I strongly disagree because I'm not like, I don't go in there thinking I'm invincible. If you want something from someone, tough. I'll laugh at that person's worst jokes. Um, Disagree. No, no. Humor's. I just got to be. I got to be reals. I would be very bored by a book about the history of science and technology. Sorry, what? No, I would be very strongly disagree. I love that kind of stuff. Often when I set a goal, I end up quitting without having reached it. I will say I'm neutral. There's some goals I set. I've tried numerous. You guys don't know this, but I've tried to do numerous other pursuits before I went settled on vtubing, and I might pick those up again. But at the same time, it's like I just want to. I want to build up a following online first before I even pursue the other goals first. Because if you don't even get any sort of notice or notoriety, then they're not going to return your calls anyway. So, um, so I have quit some goals that turned out to be ambitious only because of health or family considerations, but at the same time, I haven't given up for 100% either. So I'm going to be neutral. I tend to be lenient in judging other people. Um, no, I disagree. I'm forgiving, but I like to think I tend to see people for what they truly are. And if other people don't, sometimes people don't see what I'm seeing until like way further along into dealing with them. They're going, I didn't realize you could do that. It's like that's why I was keeping my distance from them, dude. I didn't I didn't embrace them 100%. I'm just like I'm not that trusting because I have pit on my stomach to listen to. When I'm with a group of people, I'm often the one who speaks on behalf of the group. I agree, strongly agree. Yep, because I feel like strong advocacy. That's why I rarely, if ever, have trouble sleeping due to stress or anxiety. I will agree, not strongly agree, but I will agree because there has been times where I couldn't sleep, but I don't know whether it was stress that was keeping me from sleeping or the caffeine, haha, or something else. I would not ever accept a bribe even if it was very large. I would strongly agree to that because I've seen the coercive effects on that and corrosion of relationships over that kind of thing. So I will just say no. Next. People tell me that I often have good imagination. I strongly agree. As a cartoonist, you have to have a strong imagination. We have no business being a cartoonist if you don't have a strong imagination, right? Like someone had to think up of like, I'm gonna make a character who's a sponge, and I'll call him Bob, and he'll have square pants. I mean, come on, think about that, right? That's imagination at work. I always try to be accurate in my work, even in the expense of time. Um, I will agree, but I'll not a strong agree because I will. I've gotten better at the time management over, pardon the pun, time with myself. So I can actually be very accurate and fast. When people tell me that I'm wrong, my first reaction is to argue with them. I would disagree, not a strong disagree, but I would disagree. I will listen. That's my first reaction. I prefer jobs that involve active social interaction. Doesn't involve working alone. Okay. I strongly disagree. I'm more of an introvert. I always joke that cartoonists are frustrated actors anyway because they're so introverted, but they want to act out through their characters. So I do like working alone more than working in a social sphere. Not gonna lie, but I've gotten better over time. When I feel worried about something, I want to share my concern with another person. Neutral. Depends who that person is, right? So I'll be picky, picky, picky. I like to be seen driving around a very expensive car. Um, Neutral because number one, I don't own a car. I own a bike. I haven't owned a physical car in like 20 years. I have like I'm a member of a lot of car share programs, but I have my bike. That's all I need. If I want stuff in my house that's too big to throw on the back of my bike, there's something called delivery now, right? Like Amazon Prime or e-commerce. Yeah, go figure. So my need for vehicles have actually has gone down drastically over time, not up. So no. Fancy car, no. So I'll say neutral because there was a time I believed that, but not now. I think of myself as a somewhat eccentric person. Geez, I would strongly agree to that because even though I don't act eccentric, you guys haven't seen me in real life, but you know the the anime shirts that I wear. How many 50-year-olds are wearing anime shirts? Anyone? 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 Okay, that's already or baby metal shirts. I know I put out this content that seems rather sort of, oh, look at these pretty flowers, but there's I can get a little wild at times. I don't allow my impulses to govern my behavior. Yes, I agree. I wouldn't strongly agree because there's still some better. Well, it's better with my impulses. I wouldn't be eating the type of crap I do sometimes. So, most people tend to get angry more quickly than I. Oh yeah. I'm usually the last guy in the room to get angry. But when I get tripped into that, it's hard for me to turn it off too. And people go, "Oh, you shouldn't have pissed him off." Um, People often tell me that I should cheer up. No, I strongly disagree. I can cheer myself up, and they know it. All right, next. I feel strong emotions when someone close to me is going away for a long time. I strongly agree. I was a wreck after Mume's graduation last night. I know she's having a 3D concert right now, but I don't want to break anyone's illusion or immersion. But do you actually think that's live? So her last real talk was last night with the with her crew, with her Moombas and stuff. So yeah. I had a hard time dealing with that, and she's not even a close friend. Um, so I can't imagine how I'm going to feel with Gura next week. This week, I guess no. My God, I think I am entitled to more respect than the average person is. I strongly agree. Even though I feel like equals, and it's like, they have to see that I am a bit wounded, right? I have chronic issues, and they may be coming from a whole world of un un unacknowledged entitlement, shall we say? So it's just like, no, you're coming from a whole world of entitlement, and I am certainly not. So I call it that they see it, and they don't like it. Sometimes I like to watch the wind as it blows through the trees. I will. Anyone see my shorts post from three posts ago? I strongly agree. I had like sakura branches like waving in the breeze. Come on, that's tailor made for that answer. Um, when working, I sometimes have difficulties due to being disorganized. I would strongly agree. I need to, yes, because like I said, for my work environment, I'm very messy. My desk, this desk here where I stream at home, not so much. This is an attendance. Please again indicate strongly disagree. Okay, I strongly disagree with your choice of strong disagreement. Hold, is that a double negative? Is that what am I supposed to do with that? I find it hard to fully forgive someone who's done something mean to me. I agree because I will forgive eventually. Forget, not so much. I sometimes feel that I am a worthless person. Uh, Neutral. I used to feel that way when going every little, just cheesing someone off over any little thing. But now I'm just saying, no, it's that won't invalidate me. Even in an emergency, I wouldn't feel like panicking. I strongly agree. Um, I've been put into through some pretty crazy 911 situations in my line of work. Not going to reveal too much about that, but let's just say that I have been commended for staying cool through very challenging situations. So there you go. I wouldn't pretend to like someone just to get that person to do favors for me. Mm, I'm going to say neutral on that. Yeah. Yeah. Because I have done it and then I haven't done it. And then it's a vibe. It's just a vibe. Vibe check. I've never really enjoyed looking through an encyclopedia. I would say not never. I would actually strongly agree because I have done that. I've even read dictionaries. Just for funsies. What? I do only the minimum work amount of work required to get by. I disagree. I'll do that and a little bit more, but it really depends again to my with my chronic health issues if they're really manifesting hard or not. Human beings make a lot of mistakes. I rarely say anything negative. I agree. Only when it becomes a threat to themselves and or to others, then no, they don't intercede. But if they're making mistakes, but they're not harming too many folks about it, I will just let it slide. I tend to quite feel self-conscious when speaking in front of a group of people. I strongly disagree. Guess what I'm doing right now, right? I mean, even though there might be only like one person watching me live right now, that's a total stranger, right? And this will be seen by hopefully hundreds of thousands of people in the near future. Just kidding, maybe. I don't know. Who cares, really? But there's the potentiality that this could end up being seen by a large group of people. Anything I do, right? Anything you post online could end up being, viral. And what, am I afraid of that? Heck no. I get very anxious when while waiting to hear about an important decision. Um, I disagree with that. I don't know how many times have you waited for something and they've blown through deadlines anyway. I'd be tempted to use counterfeit money if I were sure to get away with it. I will strongly disagree with that. I don't think of myself as an artistic or creative type. Oh, jeez. I strongly disagree with that. People call me a perfectionist. I'm neutral on that because I can be, but it depends what I'm doing. It's a vibe check there too. So too many yes buts in that one. Yes, but I find it hard to compromise with people who when I really think I'm right. Uh, neutral, because I've had massive disagreements with people at work and stuff, and then we still manage to work and get along, get the job done. So no, no. So we all had to compromise, even when I'm right. First thing I do in a new place to make friends, I would strongly agree. Even in a supposedly um, too cool for school climate of Tokyo, and it's hard to make friends there. I made friends with a guy like within my first week there, and we hung out on the regular. So whatever, doesn't matter. I rarely discuss my problems with other people. I would disagree with that. Yes, I do have a small circle of colleagues and friends I can do a kvetch circle with. So there you go. I would get a lot of pleasure from owning expensive luxury goods. Um, I hate to say this, I would agree. I would get a lot of pleasure from, well, it depends what type of luxury good it is, right? If it's like some really high caliber golf clubs, probably not. But if it's a really like a nice carbon fiber bike, I might change my mind, right? I find a point to discuss philosophy. I strongly disagree. I prefer to do whatever comes to mind rather than stick to a plan. I would disagree with that. I've become much more of a planner in the last 10 years. Can't say I was always, but I've changed. I've changed. I find it hard to keep my temper when people insult me. Neutral. Again, it really depends on the situation. So I have been. I would. I would feel like I can just like tear into somebody if it's warranted, and also just to hold back if it's warranted. Most people are more upbeat and dynamic than than generally am. I would, I'll strongly agree. I'm not all sunshine and rainbows, right? I'll be positive, but I won't be like Mr. Happy. I remain unemotional even in a situation where most people get very sentimental. I would disagree, but not a strong disagreement because there are times that you know I hold back a little, right? But you mainly due to work and that sort of thing, you know. But not when I'm at home. I want people to know that I am an important person of high status. Oh, I'm bouncing between agree and neutral, so I'm gonna put agree just for funsies. Because high status, not really, but just an important person. Because everybody's important for crying out loud. Anyway, I have sympathy for people who are less fortunate than I am. I strongly agree. I wouldn't have lasted in this business if I didn't. I will try to give generosity to those in need. Yes, I strongly agree. It wouldn't bother me to harm someone I didn't like. I hmm. Even if I could, I will do so reluctantly if it's warranted. If they've done something beyond the pale, so I will put myself neutral on that. Neutral. People see me as a hard-hearted person. Disagree. I'm a bit of a mush pile. Okay. Okay, so no, I've never completed the HEXACO. My response is due for like, oh yeah, I've done this before. You know why there's a choice here? What between my responses do reflect my own personality. It's like, wouldn't it automatically? Not necessarily. What if you're typing in responses from your uh, someone you know close hand, like a work colleague or even a life partner or something, and you're just filling in the answers from your own observations of them. And have I ever done that? Not gonna say, but you can probably imagine that if I bring it up and laugh, what potentially could that be? Let's go see what I got. Zing. My age. Oh God, I'm gonna dox myself. Okay. Which country do I feel I most belong to? Middle Earth. Okay, Canada. Like I said, I'm. What is my biological sex? Often. No, that's not the answer. That one. Which of the following gender identities applies to you? Oh my God. Oh, okay, none of the above. How you describe your? Oh my God. My orientation. Straight. Yeah, yeah, straight. Um, English is my first language. Sad. Should have been Japanese, but okay. Which of the following describes your ethnic background? Yes, East Asian. What's the highest level of education you've ever completed? College, university. How religious do you consider to be? I I'm gonna say 4 somewhat because I always say that I'm deeply spiritual, but I worship. Hope I get into too much trouble with this. I worship disorganized religion. In other words, I don't follow a strict code, but I do feel grounded in knowing what's your religious background. Oh my God. Prefer not to answer. How religious was your upbringing? I would say a 3 or 4. I'm gonna say 4. Sure. How would you describe your political very left wing? Oh God. I'm gonna say neutral there because there's some things that I'm sort of left wing on, and there's some things I'm sort of right wing on. If you haven't already figured it out on my stream, so it's my own path. What's your current marital status? I am oh, prefer. Well, you don't have just single. Come on. Okay, I prefer not to answer. Which of the following is your position? Oh my God. All right, I'm the oldest. How many children were there? Oh, gee, birth order. They're going to be part of this research is about birth order, guys. But what if you were twins? Who came out a minute before you? Who primarily raised you? Birth parents. I think about them every day. Oh God. Eh, well, I don't see what I got here, so. Oh, maybe. Well, technically, it was a business degree, so there we go. Although I had no business in doing it. The Canadian federal election is to be held on April 2025. Which party candidate do you plan to vote for in your riding? I will prefer not to answer that. Next. Please indicate the extent you support or oppose the following. Oh my God. What the heck? Wow. These questions are rather, oh my God. I had to pick the most comprehensive son of a gun going. Okay. Russia annexing Ukraine. I strongly oppose to it. It sets a nasty precedent in my mind of not using diplomacy as your final strategy. Unless, oh God. Okay. Oh, God. The 51st take question. Sorry, guys. Okay, let's click the answers. Let's see what I got. Okay, so let's see where I scored in the 90th percentile. Don't worry, I don't need to print this page. It'll be documented on my video feed forever on YouTube. So there you go. So in the 90th percentiles for the H, I scored highest in sincerity and fairness. And yeah, so I was pretty average in greed avoidance and honesty and humility. and scored low for modesty. Ooh. Okay, so let's go look at the E, emotionality. So my highest trait was sentimentality. Oh, I'm such. That's true. I'm very sentimental. Yes. Um. So emotionality. The lowest I scored there was fearfulness. Yeah, because like I said, I dealt with a lot of crazy, crazy episodes in my life. So that would. I hate to say it, would even like would would be just your average Hollywood action flick. This great stuff that goes. I've been a part of and witnessed. So yeah. So fearfulness, not so much. Um, yeah, emotionality, interesting. So sentimentality is a big one. So extroversion, let's go to ease. So the lowest thing I scored in was in sociability. No surprise, I'm not a really social creature. Like I said, dealing with the whole room and work in the room would just tire me out like crazy. But in terms of social boldness, yes, I'm willing to go take on things that would be very surprising for people. Like, still go to discos at my age, go to nightclubs, and also be a VTuber at my age. What? That's pretty bold. Agreeableness. So I'm pretty steady on that. They're almost all fives, except for forgiveness, which is a 4.98, which is like it means I'm forgiving, but kind of average. Maybe very slightly below average because I do hold. I don't forget. I will forgive. I'll treat you just the same. But will I forget you ever did that to me? Whole nother question. The highest I scored there was in flexibility. Yeah, I'm very flexible. Bend, don't break. Conscientiousness. So here we go. Second from the bottom, the category. So organization, not so much. Yeah, get me. You get me, man. I'm an artist. What am I supposed to do? Like, just imagine my retirement. I always imagine my retirement. I have a studio that's covered in drop cloths and splotches of paint. Openness is where I score the highest overall. So I would get, uh, yeah, scored a 7 for openness and unconventionality. Yes, I like being open. Well, yes, yes, it helps feed my creativity. So unconventional stuff helps feed my creativity, especially in the cartoon world, right? And altruism, yeah, scored pretty high on that too. Not the highest. There you go. No, I don't. I don't need that. I don't need to print this. I've got this on YouTube. Yay! Yay! So thanks for taking that one. Okay, that was a very thorough. Oh my God! Ask me political questions of geopolitics. Come on. Should have asked me like, oh, what do you think of the Mittelstadt status of those of the countries bordering France and Germany? What? Something like that. Give me some of those. All right. So what we'll do is we'll switch over. We're gonna do a silly one next. Okay. So hold on a second here. I'm just gonna we'll do that. Okay. Yeah. Let's do that one. Let's put that one up. Can you guys see that? Yeah. What cake are you? Yeah. So we've gone through the very dry inventory. Oh my God, that thing was so. I mean, I appreciate the results. It did tell me a few things that kind of already knew, but now it's more codified. Also, comment below whether you've taken personality tests and have thought, wow, that's totally me, or just thought, that was a total waste of time. That is nothing like me at all. Okay, hold on. I'm going to take a quick sip here. Sip time. Give me a moment. Sippy dippy time. Oh, cracking open another one because I can. Oh, again, yet another water kefir orange flavor. So this is what cake are you? Apparently, this has been a real sort of popular one amongst the LinkedIn crowd. So I'm gonna hit powered by cake resume. Anyway. Okay, so start test. Find your path and ideal role. What cake are you? Well, as long as I'm not fruitcake, I guess. I don't know, man. Oh my god. Ah, what if it's a Christmas cake? Then what would you do then? Okay, start the test. Welcome to Job Hunting Village, the place where your job seeking adventure begins. Here, you can train all necessary skills before you enter the workforce. Have a pleasant time and good luck. Enter the village. This is your first time at Job Hunting Village. How do you feel? This will be an interesting experience. I'm just going to put that. Yeah. I'm ready to upskill. I don't know. What do you want to do at your first at Job Hunting Village? I want look for a partner in crime. Explore the village on my own. In your imagination, what does Job Hunting Village look like? Full of exciting chapters filled with established training grounds. Oh, well. I feel like established training grounds, I guess. Open the village map given by the village thief. There's 3 training levels to complete. How will you start your challenge? Hmm. Complete each training order or start from the easiest level. Well, that's me. Okay, level 1. This is so different from the last one, guys, right? Oh my goodness. Level 1. Find out where your heart is taking you. Touch the crystal ball to see the future. In your imagining, what kind of person will you be in the future? I'm clicking the crystal ball. Oh, I see. I have to think of. Okay. I have to think about it. Okay. All right. I'll become master of my field. Before moving on to the next training, draw a career advantage card to help you with the following. Okay. So I have a opportunity card gets you into your dream company. A job offer fast. Dream company. Okay. So level 2, transform your CV. You will train skills to make your CV more powerful. What kind of CV do you wish to take? One that showcases professional certifications and clearly shows my abilities and experience, or one that showcases my creativity and artistic eye. Shows off my personality. There we go. You will choose a magic tool that will make you successful in the workplace. Which one would you choose? A magical get gem to gain me popularity. Pardon me, sorry. A magical potion to increase my knowledge and logic. Wow. Oh, that's me to a T. Break time. Have some water. At this time, what would you do? Eat free fruits that will refill my energy. Socialize with other villagers to gain insights. Now, I hate to say it, I've got chronic health issues, so I will refill my energy. Break time's over. Here's the final level interview challenge. Which interview style do you prefer? Individual interviews focusing on personal conversations, Group interviews, it's time to shine. Oof. Yeah. Uh. Mm. I don't actually have a preference. They all make me nervous. Wow, they both make me nervous. Well, I think individual interviews, just because yeah, just because. The interview asks a boss level difficult question. What kind of spell do you use to resolve the crisis? Time freeze to gain more time to solve the problem. Transformation to distract the interviewer's attention. Well, they're going to record this anyway, so I've got time freeze. Your brilliant performance won the interviewer over, and you got a job offer on the spot. Yay! Yay! Congratulations on completing the extensive job hunting training and getting your dream position. How do you celebrate this milestone? Uh, Dinner with friends and family to share the good news. Buy a flight ticket, got a reward or something. No, I want to share the news. You bid farewell to job hunting village and you're about to embark on a new career journey. Check out your destined place is in the workplace. Okay, well, that's what's my cake, man. Zing, zing, zang, zoom. Oh my God. Okay, this might be a little. This might be a little tiny even for me. So I'm going to. What I'm going to do is. Oopsies. It's a little small, so I'm going to do a vtubing cheat here. And for those you know already what I'm going to do. Okay, got that. So what I'm going to do is, see what I done did there? Yeah, I'm just stretching this out. Strooch. Okay. So only 18% of people have this type. Wow. And yeah, I'm action oriented, but my strongest thing is problem solving, uh, innovation, teamwork less so. Well, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no surprise there. I tend to be a bit of a lone wolf. Yikes at work. So, shuckaroo. Let's see what I got here. Attention to detail. Well, they ranked me higher than I would have. I'm not. I'm a cupcake. Oh, I'm a cupcake. Okay, that's okay. I'm gonna get this a little bigger. It's harder for me to read. My old boomer eyes. Okay, what your colleagues say? You are like a cupcake whose knowledge and skills can only be seen once you open up the wrapper. Sorry. You solve problems, break through blind spots for the team at critical moments. There you go. That's right. That's right. I'm a problem solver. But sometimes I have a big problem myself. That means I have to solve myself. Job search guide. Look for jobs that require a high degree of thinking and analysis. Your unique observations and analytical skills bring new insights to the company. Oh, heck yeah. Workaholism index 101%. So I'm not giving it 110%. Oh no. I'm only giving it 110, 101%. Recommended role, marketing, data analysis, psychology, and medicine. Wow, that's surprising. Uh, Carry Lucky Charm, energy crystal to bring new energy. Oh, okay. I'll have to buy a pet rock, I guess. Um, oops. Okay, I have to go to another screen here. Pardon me. And scroll down. Scroll. Okay. So work besties, tiramisu and macaroon, and then just co-workers, roll cake and strawberry cake. What? What the heck does that mean? All right. Okay. So I'm gonna go back to uh so tiramisu, and I knew I'd have to write stuff down. I knew it. Take notes. How dare you? That resembles too much like schoolwork. How dare you? Tiramisu and macaroon. Very how European of me. Both Central European snacks. And then just coworkers, roll cake, and strawberry cake. Okay. Maybe there's a key for all these personality types in the front. I think did see a key on all these different personalities and cakes at the front. Let's go now. Cake. No. No. Don't take me to their job site. Ah, nuts. Okay. Tools. Okay. Articles. Here we go. you can see you can see the very HR oriented page here, right? Pretty interesting. Uh there's a tool. Oh, come on, man. You had it here. Okay, you know what? You know what? I'm just going to. Oh yeah, there it is. I knew I wasn't like. Okay, I knew I wasn't imagining things. All right, so again, I will have to shrink this page down again because I had too. That print was too small. That was for like smartphone. Please, please, don't do that to me. Okay, so I'm just going to. All right, I'm just going to. Sorry for all this, but I got to resize the window, which means that it'll be a multi-step process because it's really off the page here. Here we go. Meet the cakes. Yay. All right. So let's meet the cakes and find out who am I compatible with. Right, meet the cakes. Here we go. Here we go. So layer cake. Okay, so let's go look at the ones that I'm compatible with. So, okay, so I was a cupcake, which means that I like the knowledge and skills. I like problem solving, and I break through blind spots. Okay, so definitely a problem solving dude. Teamwork, nah, nah. And only one for influence. Well, I can solve problems, but I won't find myself influential. Oh my god, that's so true. Ah, that's I don't know what to say. At least didn't tell me I was a cream puff. I'm a cupcake. Right. But I can make friends with a macaroon. So a macaron. So you are a colorful macaron, pleasing and fresh despite making tedious and boring tasks. You still bring fun, new approaches that bring outputs that are one of a kind. Oh, my workplace partners like this. Too bad they're on sick leave right now, but I do miss them. But they are like this. They're very good at very repetitive tasks, but do require a lot of finessing because it's if you get one thing wrong, then the whole thing is wrong kind of situations. So, but they are the life of the party too. So that's great. All right. Wow, freaky. And tiramisu, where's that tiramisu? So you're like a tiramisu cake. So on the bottom right, you're like a tiramisu cake, exuding maturity and a strong voice. You give off leader aura that will always make people willing to follow you forward. Wow. And pretty balanced in all the skill levels, like just threes and twos. Four for influence. Wow. Okay, so the people that I'm just merely colleagues with, just like we just work together, okay, that kind of office politics. Um, the strawberry cake. So we just work together. You're warm and cheery. You win everyone's hearts at work with a smooth way that you handle tasks. Yep, definitely a team player. Ah, so team player is a strong attribute, and it's my weakest. So go figure. Opposite sides of the fence. And then yeah, roll cake. Oh yeah, here we go. So meticulous AF hashtag. I should have read a hashtag on my cupcakes, but anyway, meticulous AF. That's lovely. You are like a roll cake with a heart as dense as good cream filling. While being a perfectionist and careful, you give everyone around a sense of security. Right. Someone who's into the nitty gritty, but very have a high attention to detail, so people feel safe knowing that you didn't miss anything. Wow. So hashtag Sherlock, hashtag brain is fried, hashtag specializing. Yeah. Now if I only had to apply that to something like being a stock analyst or something, I'd be very rich. Okay. So that's how you meet the cakes. So what cake are you? Oh yeah, before I forget, I'll post these and other personality tests we may not get to tonight on online in the description. So I'll post this in the description after the stream. So you'll be able to take these tests yourself. Comment below which cake are you, and comment below maybe there's a cake that they missed, right? Like maybe you're a sponge cake. You just take everything in, but you don't give anything out unless you're poked and prodded open. Hey, I'm not gonna say Twinkie though. All right, I'm gonna leave that to your own due course. Cool. Okay, what's another one? We've done so many dry ones. I want to do a fun one and then go back to something a little more. Oh yeah, here we go. Well, since we're all anime fans here, right? Because if you're a VTuber, you're into anime. Let's do one more fun one. Brought to you by the Victoria and Albert Museum of London. Believe it or not, it's which Pokemon personality are you? Which Pokemon are you? Which Pokemon are you? So, ever wondered which Pokemon matches your unique personality? Whether you're a fiery Charmander or a Coolzite Squirtle or Jigglypuff. This Pokemon quiz will reveal your alter ego. Get ready for some silly laughs, surprises, maybe even a little confusion, because who knows, you might just be a Psyduck. Oh no. Uh, okay, so question one. What Pokemon are you? So which best describes you? Um, how do your friends describe you? Laid back and easy. I can't get over the picture. Yes, I'm the official photographer of the Victoria and Albert Museum. How do I? Nice to meet you. What are you up to today? Well, I've got these Pokemon figurines, and we're just gonna put them all over the front lawn and take photos of them. Oh yeah, you can do that. Call security. Um, all right. What's your friends best describe you? Laid back and easygoing. Fearless is always up for a challenge. So A is laid back and easygoing. B is fearless and always up for a challenge. C is fun loving and energetic. D is clever and a little mysterious. Or E, passionate and strong willed. Um, I'm between A and D, but yeah, I'm not that. I would say I'm more that than the other one. Okay, question two. Wow, it just auto forwards. That did you see that? What's your favorite type of game? A, something chill like a puzzle game. B, action-packed game to get the adrenaline pumping. C, multiplayer games with lots of friends. D, guessing games. E, a strategy game that makes me think. Oh boy. Um, oof. I like all of them, but I guess I like exploring a bit, so I was thinking guessing games. How do you handle a big problem? A, I'll charge right in and handle it head on. B, I'll think about it and take my time. C, I'll ignore it. D, I'll rally my friends and we'll tackle it together. Or E, I'll come up with a cover plan to solve it. More of an E. You can see a theme here. What is your biggest strength? Staying calm under pressure. B, being super strong and brave. C, being the smartest man in the room. D, keeping everyone in high spirits. And E, knowing how people are feeling. I'm pretty good at all those, to be honest. Oh no. Except for maybe being super strong and brave. Survival bias is like, how did Andy survive? Because being strong and brave, or he was the fastest to be under the desk all the time when something's going down. Where's Andy? In his desk. Okay, Andy was hiding in with with everyone else in there, hiding under there. Oh my! And then he wet his pants. Okay, whatever. Okay, staying calm under pressure, being super strong and brave, smartest one in the room. I don't want to toot my own horn, but between keeping people in high spirits or smartest one in the room. Smartest one in the room. Uh, if you're a Pokemon move, what would you be? A, Thunderbolt, because I'm electric. B, Flamethrower, let's heat things up. C, Psychic, I'm all about mind games. Yikes. D, Stockpile, gather all the goodies. Or E, Rest, because napping is life. Oh man, wish I was E. But you know what? I used to be able, like even just a couple of months ago, I used to be able to sleep. Not at will, but sometimes I would sleep for like 12 hours, like a teenager, like honest. But now I'm just like, I guess it's just a shorter nights. I'm just getting up way earlier. It might be I'm more susceptible to the seasons now than I used to be. Um, oof. I'm just going between psychic and electric. Okay, Pika Pika. There we go. Okay, do you mind telling us something? First time using Mused? Yes. Oh, sure. Okay, 83%. Okay, cool. What's your favorite place to hang out in the Pokemon world? A mysterious cave with ancient secrets. B, a cute, cozy town with lots of admirers. C, a sunny warm volcano. D, a peaceful lake or river. Or E, a power plant where I can recharge. Hmm. I like lakes and rivers, not gonna lie. What's your favorite school subject? A, music, singing and performing are my jam. B, art, expressing creativity with fiery passion. C, physical education, love to stay active and strong. D, math, solving puzzles, keeps my mind sharp. Or E, science, experimenting is electrifying. Oh my God. You're gonna ask me to choose? Well, the one I didn't excel with is math, so definitely, D, I could take it or leave it, but now I'm just struck. Okay. Uh, I'm okay, art. If you could have a part-time job, what would it be? Dream job. A, working at a pottery or glassblowing studio. B, lifeguard at a pool. C, library assistant surrounded by knowledge. D, work in a vinyl shop, all day music, or tech company. E, something to use my brain. Well, I'm kind of working for a tech company called the VTuber Inc. because there's a whole lot of tech involved with that. That. E, what would be your ideal party? A, a karaoke night where I'm the star. B, a high energy event with lots of action. C, a beach party with swimming and surfing. D, a camping trip with a good conversation and guitar. Or E, a quiet gathering with some mind bending puzzles. Um, I kind of like swimming and surfing. Not so, well, I can get into surfing, but I definitely like swimming. And karaoke night, I definitely like karaoke, as if you haven't noticed yet. So that's tough. Oh my God, A or C, to be honest. But you know what? I swim every day. I don't necessarily sing every day. So I'm going to say, oops, come on. Where'd my mouse go? Here we go. Surfing and swimming. And lastly, favorite color. Ooh. Well, okay. Okay. Orange, you glad you asked. Are you ready for your results? Yes, let's see the results. Ding. I'm a Psyduck? What the? No! No! It warned. You see, it was like foreshadowing. It said, or you could be a Psyduck. Oops. Like, right off the hop. Remember that? Oh, chat, look at this. Okay, let's. Oh, no. Okay, let's just go. Let's rip the band aid off. Let's read it. You're a Psyduck. Endearingly confused and a bit scatterbrained, you've got a special way of making everyone laugh, even if you're not always sure why. Yeah, laugh at me, not with me. Fine. Your friends adore your quirky personality and know when you're around, things are bound to get interesting. Oh, great. Just be careful when you start getting those headaches. Your hidden power might be a surprise, including yourself. Uh-oh. Yeah. Yeah, we all know about that. We all know about that. Uh, keep being your wonderfully bewildered self. The world needs more Psyducks. Oh, oh, I'm not gonna. Oh, that's brutal, man. My VTuber model is half man, half goat, but considering I'm a chicken and stumble guys, and now I'm a duck. God, I'm end up being like a cousin of Doki Bird at this point. What the heck is this all about? Oh my God. Oh no, that's crazy. Sorry, that's just crazy. Okay, whatever. You had your fun there. You heard me making fun of you for the last time. You just said no, we're shutting the guy down. All right, fine. Oh man, that was brutal. All right, let's try a more serious one. Um, this one coming up is extremely serious because you notice how they're just rating you on your strengths, but they don't rate you on your flaws, right? They're rating on your strengths. So even if you just get like a 1 star or 2 star, whatever, at least you got a star in whatever category it was, right? Like whether it's compassion or teamwork or whatever bucket they happen to throw at you. So you might manage still 1 star, which means that implies that you're not the strongest there, but you still got 1 star. What if it's like about actual negative traits? And there's a test for that, believe it or not. And this is what my work colleague talked about today. And I said, "Oh, really? Oh, I got to try that one because, you know, don't worry about my darkness because I'm as light as a feather." Whatever. Who knows? Maybe you'll discover that I'd make a good used car salesman or something, like something silly and not so empathic, right? Someone who might be just in it for the money or in it for their own ego or whatever. Anyway, we'll get there, but I'm having a sip first. So the side duck is the same color as my can because I have orange kefir water soda right now. So that might have been a premonition right there too. My God. Give me a second. But my tummy is far less rumbly. Thank goodness for probiotics. Oh, that has saved my bacon tonight. Tell you, my tummy was not a happy camper earlier. I'll tell you that much. So that was good. All right, so let's talk about the negative traits going on. Pardon me while I check to make double check. Here we go. Oh, I think the background music's gotten really quiet, so I'm just going to boost it for a second here. Or might be just on fade. Sorry. what do I know? Not a heck of a lot. Sorry. Um, let's see here. Okay, let's go on to the next one. Back to serious. Back to serious. Ho, 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 ho. This has already got me scared, but whatever. Yeah, okay, you might not be able to read it on your screen, so let me just again, let's blow this up a little with my handy dandy. Here we go. No, no, I don't think. Oh my God! Come on, OBS. Come on, come on. You can do it. Okay, there we go. Let's go a little bigger here. Yonk. And let's move it over here. You can already tell just by the name of it. Like, oops, the dark triad personality test. Oof. This is the interactive version of the short dark triad, SD3, which measures the three traits of Machiavellianism, narcissism, and psychopathy. Oh, great. Yikes. Okay, if I teach this test and I hit a certain score, I might just get arrested. Open up FBI. Oh no. Okay. Oh, let's go through the introduction, shall we? Oh. The dark triad personality traits are three closely related yet independent personality traits that all have somewhat malevolent connotation. The three traits are Machiavellianism, someone being manipulative, narcissism, excessive self love, and psychopathy, lack of empathy. The dark triad has traditionally been assessed with three different tests. Each one has been developed individually. Most commonly, the Narcissistic Personality Inventory (NPI) was used as a measure of narcissism. The MAC 4 for Machiavellianism and the Self Report Psychopathy Scale (SRP) for psychopathy. For the differences between these multiple choices versus scales ratings, complicated administration and analysis. Their short, dark triad was developed in 2011 by Delroy Pahos and Daniel Jones to provide a more uniform assessment and also trim down the total length. Yeah, so imagine you had to take three very specific lengthy tests before figuring out, and they all score different, right? So each one, if you're like a triathlon, right? You're like running a triathlon, except each side would be scored on each individual discipline and then added together somehow, right? And triathlons would be a total time in order to win, but at the same time, like, what if it was a team discipline, or what if, anyway, what if there were style points included, you know? So there's a lot of wrinkles that they had to iron out. Test procedure. The test has 27 statements that must be rated on how much you agree with them. The median time to complete is, wow, 2 minutes and 27 seconds. What? Holy crap, that's fast. Not with my yapping, though. I'll manage to stretch it out to 2 hours, but we'll figure it out. Participation. The use of assessment must be strictly for educational purposes. Really? What's it going to teach me? Educational purpose test you? Oh, what are you going to teach me? Oh my God, that's crazy. It cannot be taken as psychological advice of any kind, really. If you're interested, well, I feel somewhat I have PTSD because I just found out I'm a Psyduck, right? So I'm taking it very seriously. If you're interested in anything more about learning about more about the dark traits of personality health disease, do not take this test. Your answers will be recorded and possibly used for research and possibly distributed in an anonymous fashion. Hooray! This is from the open source psychometrics project. Believe it or not, this is open source. Start the test. Here we go. Okay. Oh my God. Okay. Let's. Okay, this is very small. How's that coming on your screen? Very awfully small. Okay. Like I said, in the interest of being like fair to everybody, I have not taken these tests before. So I never know what the format's going to give me, given each entry point that I come to. So I'm just going to blow it up. There we go. And maybe make it slightly. Yeah, I'm just going to blow it up some more. Here we go. Hold on. You don't need to see some pretty cherry blossoms. Come on. You don't need that. You don't need that in your life. Okay, let's go. It's not wise to tell your secrets. I slightly agree. People see me as a natural leader. I agree. Weirdly enough, people see me. Oh, sorry. I missed that. I like to get revenge on authorities. Wow. I Not all the time. I mean, if they're nice authority, then I'll go along with it. So neutral. Um, I like to use clever manipulation to get my way. I slightly agree because I don't want I don't want confrontation. Sometimes I just need to see if I just need a little nudge. Okay. I hate being the center of attention. Says the VTuber with a microphone in his face, broadcasting on YouTube with videos getting thousands of views. Yeah, I hate being the center of attention. Oh my God, I will slightly agree. I know it's gonna get me though. I avoid dangerous situations. OMG. Wow. What if I'm at work and I can't help but not be in dangerous situations like almost every day? So I don't say avoid. I will disagree. Okay. Whatever it takes, you must get the important people on your side. Ooh. Like whatever it takes. I'll slightly disagree with that. Many group activities tend to be dull without me. Well, I'm not there, therefore the party sucks because I'm the life of the party. Um, Read into that what you will, but I will only. Oh my God, this is gonna get me in so much trouble. I will. I'll slightly agree because most of the time people need me as the DJ of the party at the very least. Here we go. Um, Payback needs to be quick and nasty. I disagree with that. Sometimes I just say no. Let karma do its work. Be chill. Um, Avoid direct contact conflict with others because they may be useful in the future. That I agree. I totally I totally agree with that. That's what I mean. That's why I forgive. I don't forget, but I certainly will forgive. Agree. I know that I am special because everyone keeps telling me so. Oh, Yaki, you're just so special. Oh, Yaki, you're just that special person, you know. What? When's the last time anyone said that to me? Like, I can't even remember because that's never happened. Oh my God. I'm just persistent. That's all I am. And if you listen to my previous broadcasts, you know I'm just persistent. I don't consider myself special. I just been doing it a heck of a lot longer, right? With in big commitment. That's it. So I'm going to disagree. People often say I'm out of control. There have been times I haven't actually been out of control, but then there's times I've been really people are trying to get my goat, and I'm not. Nothing's happening. So I'm going to say neutral because that's even Steven in my books. It's wise to keep track of information you can use against people later. I will slightly agree, only because um, if they're holding grudges against me or have some disputes with me, then as long as in all fairness, you know, if it's within their same realms or what have you, I will call them on it later because you know I will not do it in the now because I want to avoid confrontation. But my actions will speak louder than words. Here we go. So I will slightly agree. I like to get acquainted with important people. That is true. I agree. It's true that I can be mean to others. Mean's not the right word. I can be not blunt. What is the word? I can be very firm against people, especially if they're doing something that clearly is counterproductive. But you know what? I've just learned to say, "You do you. I'll be over here." And if they need my help, fine. And if they struggle along and do their thing, that's fine too. All right, so uh, not no, I slightly disagree with that. I'm not mean. Should wait for the right time to get back at people. Well, I slightly agree with that because if they want confrontation right then and there, I won't give it. I feel embarrassed if someone compliments me. Oh, I do agree with that slightly. People who mess with me always regret it. I will certainly agree with that. Mhm. There are things you should hide from people, other people, because they don't need to know. Wow. Yeah, the old we're on a need to know basis. I always found out annoying because you know what? I don't actually care what you're up to. What makes you think what you're doing is so important that I wouldn't know? Like you could be doing the cure for cancer and I wouldn't care. It's like what just let's be each other's you know company even if it's somewhat neutral. Let's see. Oh, what are we gonna do here, Yaki? There are things you should. I will slightly agree. I have been compared to famous people. Oh, let's just say that I would love to be compared to Brad Pitt. Hasn't actually happened yet. I don't think so. And I'll wait a long, long time for that to happen. Even though it's on my vision board. Don't look at my vision board. It's not on there. Really, really. No, the hand I'm placing on the board there's nothing on there. There's a little no little picture of Brad Pitt underneath that. Don't look there. Wow. Um, no, I'm gonna say neutral on that one. That's I don't know. I've never gotten into trouble with the law. That is, I agree. Never got in trouble with the law. Make sure make sure that plans benefit you, not others. Well, I disagree with that. I am an average person. I disagree slightly, but only because I think other people are not average either. I know that doesn't mean really average, but we all have our superpowers, good or bad. Oh my God. Oh my God. Look at that question. Oh, I enjoy having SBX with people I hardly know. Oh my God. I'm going to say neutral on that one because don't trust me. I like a long courtship and I like to get to know someone and that sort of thing. But there have been other moments where they're just like, we're just going to go for that now. And I've had both oh, let's just, get to know each other and cuddle. And that's the other ones are like, it's go time. Really? Now? Now's go time? Only just met you yesterday. Okay. So, I'll say I'll slightly agree. Just, oh, my track record. Oh, God. Um, Most people can be manipulated. I am neutral on that. No, some people are not, but that's okay. I insist on getting the respect I deserve. I slightly agree, but not to an overbearing level. I'll say anything to get what I want. That is, I slightly disagree. unless it's something I deem so important, like okay, here we go. Get results. Okay, here we go, chat. I'm gonna click. This, be careful about sharing them. Well, too late. Ha ha. From 1 to low to 5 to high. So a best out of 5. And that's how the scores are reported in the original article introducing the SG3, but they're sometimes reported in other ways, i.e., 0 to 4% of maximum, whatever. So percentiles have also been given as for U.S. adults are also provided in case you don't go out of for a 3 out. I'm more of an out of 5. Don't ask me about percentiles. I don't even know what that means. Okay. So here we go. My score is 3.4 for Machiavellianism, 3.3 for narcissism, and thankfully a 2.7 for psychopathy, which is like barely. I get a C for psychopathy. I got a C. I got a C plus for Machiavellianism and narcissism. I scored a barely a C for. I didn't fail my psychopathy. Yay! If I got 2.5 or lower, I would have failed, right? What the heck? Wow. This is what I mean. I actually think that people do have bad traits. They just, of course, undersell them. They don't say, "Oh, I'm a good guy. I'm a good guy all the time." Really? You don't have a flip side on you, dude? So I like this test because it measures the flip side, right? And it just confronts you with like, yeah, my highest score is in Machiavellianism. Yeah. But am I strong in that? Is that like a 5? Oh, heck no. So that means that I'm not. Anyway. Okay, let's go one by one through this. Wow. Wow. We're getting bar charts and line charts today, folks. Yay. Woohoo. I haven't seen a pie chart yet. Pie. But yeah, no pie chart. So the line chart says, okay, so this is just be the scores of between the users and the estimated U.S. adults. We got Machiavellianism as defined as the personality trait of being, says on the bottom there, being unprincipled and manipulative, cynical in acceptance of by whatever means necessary. It's named after the Italian Renaissance political philosopher Niccolo Machiavelli, who argued it was good for politicians to be deceitful because it made them more effective. Yikes. Okay, let's go click on the tab for narcissism. Okay, so yeah, so narcissism is the personality trait of vanity, self-superiority, entitlement, uh, dominance, and craving admiration and submission. People high in narcissism believe that they deserve more than anyone else because they're better than anyone else. This trait is named after a character from Roman poetry who fell in love with his own reflection. Like I said, I haven't read poetry in two decades. Ha ha, no, that's a lie. Um, Yeah, I was actually a narcissist growing up. Not gonna lie, I was very somewhat egotistical, probably because I was one of the smartest people I knew at the time. But where I grew up in a small cow town, that didn't amount to much. Like saying you're the best cricket team in Alaska. Like whoop de doo, yeah, state champion. Woo, ooh. Doesn't matter doesn't ain't worth a hill of beans outside of Alaska, right? So whatever. Had to learn my lesson hard, but hey, still learned it. Thank God. That would have been insufferable. So, uh, narcissism is a 3.3. Most adults scored about 3 and a little bit. See that? So I'm right in the top of the bell curve. I forgot to check that with Machiavellianism. Yeah, so the average is the bell curve. What they actually noticed was that people skewed. Wow, the average users of this test skewed a heck of a lot higher in the fours. They peak at the fours, and that is my highest score, but barely at 3.4, so I'm well below the mean, the peak. Okay? Wow. So Machiavellianism is more prevalent than probably we realize. Narcissism, what you think would be in our selfie culture, you think would be higher than this, but you can see that no, I'm pretty average, and probably you too. Wow, that's interesting. All right, and so let's go to the definition of psychopathy. Psychopathy is a personality trait of low empathy and high impulsivity. It is a persistent pattern of deviant behavior and disregard for others. Psychopathy is the trait most closely connected to criminal behavior. You bet. All right, so let's go to 2.7. Where does that land me on the chart? Okay, so yeah, so I'm a little bit below peak. When well, the estimated peak for U.S. adults, but for actual users, I'm actually pretty much at the peak in the orange line there. See the orange fever line there with the dots on it? That would be, yeah, I'm pretty much at the peak there. So I'm pretty average. So, sorry, Dark Triad worshippers. I am average or below average. Sorry. I just don't have enough darkness in me. Oh, maybe one day we'll all have our hopes and dreams. But imagine that. Like, imagine this is a test measuring your negative traits. Think about that, eh? Because we always, all so far we've taken is has been positive, right? So, all right, let's do another silly one. Where you know what? Let's do one sort of semi-serious one and then a silly one to close out the night. How's that? All right. So here we go. And all these tests will be in the description below. Take these tests for your own education, for your own enjoyment, and maybe learn something about yourself. So let's take a semi-serious one and a silly one. Here we go. Here we go. Emotional intelligence, your EI. So this has been sort of a buzzword that's bandied around for a while now, and it's about how you're good at detecting other people's emotions, right? As a personality trait. So and this is from the Greater Good magazine, which is, I believe, yeah, out of Berkeley University in California, which I actually stayed at the campus of one fine summer, I guess, 20 years ago now, with my then girlfriend at the time. Um, yeah, it was a fun time because the campus dorms are empty in the summer. Uh, Except for the ones with like students and residents or whatever, but or professors and residents, you know what I mean. So most of the dorms are empty and you can rent them out for like really cheap. And so yeah, you're on a sleepy little campus at night, and you know you're not in downtown bustling San Francisco, but something to be said to maybe being a nice, quaint old college town. It was great. I had good fun time there. And the library, oh, spend so much time in the library. That's why those questions about library books and encyclopedias came up. I said, "Are you kidding me? That's all I spent time in at Berkeley." I took a walk around the campus and stuff, but I really just wanted to hit up the library because it's got stuff I didn't have in my small cow town. Come on. All right, so let's. Oh, you know what? I forgot to change the screen again. Sorry, because I'm bouncing between two screens here. Hold on, sorry. Ugh. Get you up there. Test your EI. All right. So, first question is this face is expressing embarrassment, fear, sadness, or surprise? I'm going to say embarrassment. Okay. Submit answer. Incorrect. The answer is fear. Oh, no. Maybe embarrassment and fear are expressions that I combine in my own self. It could be. I just realized that. Anyway, muscle contracts to pull eyebrows up, eyelids contracts, and lips corners pulled sideways, tightening the mouth. Yes, we express fear when we're physically or psychologically threatened. Often confused with surprise. Okay, well, that's, yeah. Next question. This person is expressing flirtatiousness, interest, happiness, politeness. Oh, boy. Well, I'm going to go safe and say happiness. Oh, got that right. Oh, my God. Genuine smile called the Duchenne smile? What? What signals happiness? What the? Okay. Sorry, I'm gonna. I don't want to flop between windows all the time. I am going to. Okay. Sorry. Forgot to turn the volume off my phone, and that was Iron Mouse about to speak. Sorry, I didn't want to get copyright struck. Oh boy. Yes, because they just finished the cyclothon, and every year I watch the cyclothon with Iron Mouse. It's just one of my favorite things to do every year with VTubers. It's just this time of year rolls around, I get excited because yes, I get to see Japan again. Oh, I miss that place every day. You guys don't know. Okay, so what the heck is a Duchenne smile? Duchenne smile. So, named after French neurologist Guillaume Duchenne, is a smile characterized by the engagement of both the what? Okay, the zygomaticus major muscle, which pulls the mouth corners up, and the orbicularis oculi muscle, which lifts the cheeks and creates crinkles around the eyes. Wow. Okay. Next question. That's too much for me, man. This face is expressing sadness, pain, anger, disgust. I'm going to say anger, submit. Correct. Yes. So muscle contracts and furrowed brow, uh, lower eyelids, raise the upper eyelids, and tighten and press together the lips. All right. Next question. Often confused with anger and disgust. Are confused. Yes. Okay. This face is expressing embarrassment, sadness, amusement, shame. Oh, let me try this again. Embarrassment. I'm going to be wrong. I'm sure of it. But oh, I got it right. Yay. Oh, so it moves down to the side, moves head down, and press together the mouth and corners and turn up slightly. So yes, it's embarrassment's always like you don't want to say nothing, so you close shut your mouth, right? Because that would probably admit feelings of guilt or something, or you don't want to say, you don't want to trip yourself up. All right, next question. This person is expressing pride, contempt, excitement, or anger. I'm going to say pride. I'll probably be wrong. Correct. Oh, yeah. Pride involves signs of dominance. So the person is happy There's some happiness signals in the mouth but the jaw thrust shows a sort of like a power dominant. That's a power move. So there you go. Pride. Next question. This person expressing fear, interest, surprise, compassion. Well, I'm gonna say that's gonna be surprise. Let's see if I'll be surprised at the answer. No, I'm not surprised. Ironically, got it right. Uh, Stoics believe that our eyes are wide open while we're surprised because we are confronted with something surprising, like a long lost friend or an unexpected award. We try and absorb as much of this new information as possible. So it's often, yeah, you just want to take it all in. Like, as someone's proposing to you for marriage, you just want your eyes wide open because you just want to remember as much of the detail around, surrounding, the context, everything. Cool. Next question. This person's expressing sadness, shame, disgust, or contempt. I'm gonna say contempt. Yeah, because I give him the side eye. Submit. Correct. Yes, side eye. Yes. And then corners lip tightened only on one side of the face. Yeah. And it's often confused with disgust. Okay. Next question. This face is expressing anger, pain, disgust, or sadness. I'm gonna say disgust because he's just crinkling his nose. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, wrinkles at the bridge of the nose, furrowed brow, and upper lip rises and the mouth opens, tongue sticks out. Like yuck. You're serving me cabbage again? Yuck. Broccoli, yuck. I'm just kidding. Yes. Next question. This person expressing desire, embarrassment, flirtatiousness, or love. Oh, I'm gonna say flirtatiousness. Okay, we'll see if I got that right. Correct. Yeah, I've seen that look before. when when the ladies check me out and they got the smile going on, but not looking at me directly, sort of indirect glance. Yes, their eyes do narrow when they make contact with somebody. The head's turned to the side, and yeah, the lips get pulled up. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I've seen that look before. Ah, so much fun when that's happening. Not gonna lie. Ooh-wee. This face is expressing shame, anger, sadness, or pain. I'm gonna say pain. I could be wrong here. Correct. Our facial muscles move in ways that contract the face and protect us from harm when in pain. So upper of the face, the muscles around the eyes will contract. Closing the eyes tightly. And lower face, half of our face, the lips tighten and they press upwards. So yeah, it's also experience. They also could be experiencing psychological pain. So here we go. Right. All right. Next question. This person is expressing compassion, sadness, or interest, anger, or interest. Sorry. I'm going to say sadness. Come on. Oh, compassion. Wow. Pull the eyebrows up and their lips pressed together. The head tilts towards slightly. A sign of so. Oh, right. He's tilting his head slightly forward. So that's a sign of trying to engage socially. It's most often confused with sadness. But with compassion, the lips pressed together. When we feel sad, our lips pull down. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Next question. This face is expressing amusement, desire, surprise, excitement. I'm gonna say amusement. I don't know about you, but that's amusement, right? Yep. Okay, pulled that one off. Oh, finally. Open mouth, backwards head movements, like a genuine smile. Yeah. Yes. It's a rapid shift in the state of relaxation. That's why when we tell jokes to just to make people relax in stressful situations, right? Yeah. Cool. So this face expressing surprise, interest, desire, or happiness. Oof. I'm gonna say interest. I don't know why. Oh, got it right. We raise our eyebrows and our lip corners turn into a slight smile, suggesting feeling pleasure. But when it's related to happiness, but it's when we're happy, we'll show more exaggerated upward movements of our lip corners. Oh, I see. So it's trying to not, yeah, just sort of a wry smile. Okay, fair enough. Next question. This face is expressing, okay, this has got to be sadness. I really haven't got this right yet. Oh, finally. So oblique eyebrows, and there's even furrowed eyebrows there, furrowed brow. There's a little bit of pouching in the middle of the forehead, and lips of the corners. The corner of the lips are pulled straight down, giving the mouth a curved look. It is confused with shame. They look similar. Fine. Next question. This face is expressing disgust, love, contempt, desire. Um, uh, I'm gonna put desire. This is gonna get me in trouble, right? Oh, yeah. Bite lip puckers, or in this case, lick lifts. They're also is probably strongly linked to desire because of its connection to kissing. People often make this facial expression when they're interested in someone sexually, but not necessarily romantically. Basically saying, it's go time. Let's go. Oh my God. Wow. I thought we were talking about academics today. Yeah. Desire is obviously a relative of love, but people feel loving and trusting and devoted to someone as opposed to sexually aroused. They don't usually make this gesture. Oh, yeah, not okay. I'm not gonna go there. Like, yes, I seem to recall a certain times in my life that. Anyway, this face is expressing sadness, pride, embarrassment, or shame. Urgh. I'm gonna say shame because he's not looking at me directly at all. Oh, okay. I forgot to hit the shame. Shame on me. I forgot to hit the button. It's a mid answer. Correct. Very simple display, but a powerful one. And it simply involves a gaze aversion. Yeah, they're not looking at you directly. It's the opposite of pride. The chin is tucked in. It's a yeah, but it's not really sadness because the eyebrows are pulled in, and yeah, and the lips are usually turned down as well. So it's not sadness. Okay, next question. This face is expressing happiness, desire, politeness, or compassion. Politeness, I would say, because they're looking at you and there's sort of a faint smile, but it's not true happiness. I think they're still assessing. They're still assessing, right? This is a non-shade smile. A smile that doesn't signal true happiness. It suggests the person is just trying to be polite and cooperative, but they don't genuinely feel happy. All right, there you go. So it's not the genuine smile. There you go. Next question. This face is expressing sadness, shame, embarrassment, or love. Ooh. I'm gonna say love because he's kind of smiling but being shy. I don't know. Shy boy. Embarrassment. Okay. And 30% of embarrassment episodes, people touch their face. Oh yeah, like the face plant, the palm, the face plant, right? Like a palm plant. Anyway, yeah, defensive. All right, interesting. Got that wrong. This face is expressing guilt, sadness, pain, disgust. Well, I can almost hear the oof with this one. So, wow. I'm gonna say disgust. I might be wrong. Pain. Okay. Yeah, eyebrows lower and lips tighten and press upwards. Ah, okay. Yeah, so protecting us from harm is what the muscles are doing. Okay, next question. You get that right. And so it phrases expressing satisfaction, flirtatiousness, love, or compassion. I'm gonna say love. This will get me in trouble though. This will get me in trouble with HR if I get this wrong, right? Oh yeah. Sorry, I read this lady like a book. When we feel love, our facial expressions resembles happiness. Okay, there's a tightening of the lower eyelid. That's the smize. Smile with your eyes, and the smile with the lips to corners turn up. But the tilt to the head to the side is a sign of intimacy and connection beyond just happiness. Right, the head tilt. Whew. And I hope we've all been there before. Oh my God. It's such a beautiful moment. Treasure those. Okay. What is my age? Oh God. I'm the 50s. Submit answer. In terms of gender identity, you do yourself as a male man. I'm a mailman. I work for Canada Post. Okay. Uh, wow. Okay, I'm gonna put myself as moderate because I'm extremely liberal and very small, but not small, but some very specific levels, and I'm conservative in other ways. So I'll just put moderate. An answer. What's the geographic location in the U.S.? At least otherwise, so okay. I'm gonna say since I'm in the left coast of Canada, I'm gonna say Pacific Northwest is closest to me. Okay. What is your annual income? Oh God. Yeah, just read that for yourself. Fine. Doxed myself there. 16 out of 20. You seem naturally well attuned to others' emotions, a vital skill for learning compassion and emotions, yet you scored above average but still have room for growth. Research suggests that people can improve their emotional regulation skills with practice. So keep an eye out for our forthcoming empathy training tool. Oh yeah, designed to boost your emotional intelligence. Sign up for our e-newsletter for updates on it. Surprised by your results? Okay, I am not going to sign up because that means you'll get my email address and I'll dox myself. So bye to that test. Okay, let's do a fun one now. And yeah, here it is. Yeah. What dog are you? If I were a dog, what dog would I be? What personality type fits my dog? Well, you know what? Mine would be a cartoon dog named Snoopy. That's would be my personality. Bit of a daydreamer, but a bit of a doer as well, and really encouraging his friends like Woodstock or even Charlie Brown to snap out of it. Just go for it. Just go for it, right? So that I'm Snoopy, but let's go see what actual real dog traits are. And if anyone remembers what breed of dog Snoopy was, Comment down below. We'll see how much you remember your Charlie Brown lore. Okay, here we go. So let's go take the first one. Which dog are you? Floofers, puppers, man's best friend. It's safe to say that society we're pretty obsessed with dogs. You're not kidding. We each would have different personality traits in history. Some were mountain rescuers, and some sit in the laps of noble queens. The Victorian Albert Museum actually has 6,000 objects just about dogs. Holy, what? All right, so let's go to question one. How would your friends describe you? Hardworking and focused. Silly. I don't take myself too seriously. Serious and thoughtful. Generous and kind. Hyper and full of beans. Easy breezy, very chill. Yeah, focus I have a problem with. Might be my ADHD. Um, silly. Well, I am a cartoon, so silly is part of me, but it's not all the time part of me. I can be quite serious. Oh boy. Generous and kind. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Not full of beans. I'm not hyper. Not a hyper dog. Maybe serious or silly or generous. D, C, or D. Okay, D. What would be a perfect day? Lying on a sofa with the sunshine coming through the window, playing sports outside and getting very muddy, grabbing my bike and heading off to see friends, having a pamper and working on a hobby, self-care central, doing some shopping and grabbing food with friends, reading at home, nice, chill, and quiet, going for a walk with a friend, heading to the cinema to see the latest film, or none of the above. Wow, that's a long list of questions. Holy crud. That would be a perfect day. Um, well, I do enjoy my days to the cinema because I do them so rarely, so I'm going to say that. It's your best friend's birthday. How would you celebrate? Make them a homemade present. A, B, write a long message in an e-card, describing how fab they are. C, throw them a party, invite their friends. D, we'll have a chill day out with all our favorite things, doing our favorite things. E, bake them a cake. F, let them know how much I love them. They don't need a grand gesture. G, don't mind what we do so long as we have the best day ever. None of the above. I am totally about G. Come on. Pick a role. Okay. A, leader. B, helper. C, problem solver. D, positive thinker. E, the comedian. F, the good listener. G, the supporter. H, life and soul of the party. I, the calm presence, and none of the above. Wow. I've been a lot of H with life and soul of the party. Party animal. I was that for a long time. Positivity, yes. Had to work on that though. Problem solver, yep, for sure. Leader, sometimes. Urgh. Okay, between C and D. Well, between B, C, and D. B, C, and D again. Oh my god. Um, D. What's your favorite type of music? Oh no. What dog listens to music? Unless your dog is named Beethoven, you know that movie, right? Anyway, man. Rock, B pop, C folk, D whatever's on the charts, E classical, F none of the above, G I love all music. I'm a G. There we go. I thought I was stuck there, but I wasn't. Hey there, do you mind telling us something? First time using it Muse? Oh, I've used Muse before. Well, we've just been here. There you go. Only part of 70% of the audience. There you go. What's your favorite dance move? A, ballet. B, The Juby slide. C, whatever the latest TikTok is. D, the robot. E, the renegade. Wow. F, the candy dance. G, voguing. H, pogoing. Yes, yes, punk by punk days. Oh no. I feel nervous about dance, but I like to be more confident having a go. J, I don't like dancing. I dance. Oh, geez. Well, not ballet. Done the slide. I've done some TikTok. Looking to do some more. The robot, renegade, candy dance, voguing. Oh, I've done pretty much all of these. This is tough. Oh my god, what do I do normally these days? I do some hip hop moves. I was just doing hip hop moves like last night. No, yeah, Friday night. Sorry, Friday night. As you can see, well, you don't see it, but I hope to do a stream where I can get a 3D model so you guys can actually see me dance. What? Um, I'll say I I really like I do some voguing, which I just pretend I'm doing everyday things in a cool way. Okay, fine, fine. You want to start a new hobby? What would you choose? Um, Volunteering for a good cause. A, volunteering. B, reading more. C, how to code, learn how to code. D, anything creative. This is new hobbies, right? Yeah, new hobbies. So I already do sketching, so no. Oh yeah, I want to do a sketching stream too, guys. That's for sure. Yeah. I just gotta figure out how to do the page mirroring from my tablet onto the screen here, you guys, and we'll get on that. Keeners. Um Sports. EA Sports. F. Start a band. G, whatever my friends are doing, I'll join them. H, I just enjoy chilling at home. Hobbies are overrated. Oh no, heavens no. You don't have anything that says do a puzzle because I like doing puzzles. There's some really cool build your own 3D puzzle stuff from Japan. Ugh, that could be a stream once I figure out how to do a decent hand cam experience for you guys. That's a stream. I already have something planned. Ha ha. Like to learn how to. I've already tried a lot of these too, so they're not new to me. I'm terrible at computer coding. Terrible. Oh my god. I already have volunteer. Oh my god, what's new? New. Maybe even started the band, even though I wasn't a good musician. Okay, whatever my friends are doing, fine. What type of film is your favorite film? A, animation. B, adventure. C, comedy. D, a musical. E, a thoughtful arty film. F, a rom-com or something that celebrates friendship. Or G, sci-fi. Well, I'm gonna say animation because that's what I'm watching a lot of lately. 9, what do you struggle with? A, being bored and nothing to do. B, big groups of people. C, wanting to help people and not knowing where to start. Uh, D, being too busy. I need my chill time. F, feeling lonely. E, feeling lonely. Sorry. F, mess. G, motivation. Just want to lie in bed. H, all the above. I, none of the above. TBH. Well, aren't you a little sweet? Choice I. Aren't you a little sweet one? Because that certainly ain't me. Okay. H. Imagine all the above. Imagine your birthday party. How would you spend your time? Uh, Checking out the lovely buffet. A, I love a snack. B, helping out my friend who's hosting. C, I'll be on the dance floor. D, I'll have a quiet time with a chat with a friend. E, meeting as many people as I can. And F, I don't really like parties. I dance because guess what happens? I become the center of attention when I dance, and then people want to talk to me anyway. So there you go. Ready for my results? What kind of dog am I? I'm a Labrador. I'm a Canadian breed. Oh my God. I'm a Canadian breed from this Canadian guy. That's funny. Because I was thinking maybe I could be a Japanese breed, like an Akita or something, right? Or Shiba Inu. Wow. But no, I'm a true blood Canadian doggy. Let's read this. You are a Labrador. You're a super chill Labrador. You're easygoing and love to spend your days around people. Labradors have their bursts of energy, but they're generally very calm. That's true. I love to sit in the sun, spending time with their favorite people. Very true. They're wonderful dogs. They make the best companions because they're very sensitive to people's moods and needs. Oh, which is why they're often trained to support dogs. My emotional support dog. Oh, I miss having a dog. This Labrador called Drago was particularly fabulous. This photo was taken by his owner, the famous Italian fashion photographer Gianni Panatti. Gianni worked for Vogue and other famous fashion brands to declare that Drago is the real star of the show. Yeah, well, obviously, I mean, haven't you heard? Fur is in the season. Wow, wow. I'm a Labrador. I'm a Canadian dog. That is so funny. That is so awesome. Oh, sorry. Sorry. Yeah, I'm a Canadian dog. That's hilarious. Let me just there we go. I'm a Labrador. Well, so I've concluded that I have multiple personalities after taking these multiple tests. Great. Actually, I was thinking if there were any ones that would actually really, in stark contrast, contradict each other. So I'd say that, oh, well, obviously these tests don't work. But you know what? Each one has hewed very closely uh, in their own particular ways because they all have particular biases, what they're looking for. But in their own particular ways, have nailed a lot of my personality. I have to say that each one was very satisfying as an exercise. And uh, yeah, maybe I'll try again the year and see if I get different results. Maybe I'll turn into a Chihuahua. Um, Psyduck, really? So let me know in the comments below what Pokemon animal or dog you think you are, and then take the test and figure out whether how close to that answer is, I guess, or what type of cake you are, because I found that interesting as well for workplace dynamics. But imagine that putting that on your resume. Is that a resume thing? Like you tell me if you guys actually would put that on your resume, like I'm a cupcake in your in your cover letter. Like, I'm sorry, we got too many cupcakes in this office already. We just don't want to hire any more cupcakes here. What? But you have like at least a dozen tiramisus over there. Hey, don't look over there. No, don't look over there. Those are contractors. They don't count as our employees. All right, we're not going to get sued for some equality thing just because we have too much tiramisu and not enough cupcakes here. All right. Anyway, um, the most beautiful thing I've seen today, uh, as you can probably guess, is the last quiz I'm doing tonight. Because it's a school night, we all have to get back to work. Except for you folks in Japan on Golden Week. Enjoy your time off. I wish I was there, but I kind of don't because of the whole crowded trains and expensive hotels thing right now. But it must be fun to travel and see family. Anyway, um, so the most interesting thing I've seen tonight, and you've probably already seen it in my post, is today was the run in our city, the Sun Run, which is an annual tradition. And considering um, what transpired last night, which was not so grand and very tragic, the city coming together and just celebrating community spirit together. Uh, Even though you could tell that I can always, it reminded me of some other incidences in the past that I've seen, like very traumatic events, either here or worldwide. And um, you didn't hear a lot of honking cars today, right? And traffic was more subdued. So you can tell there was a pall had fallen over the city, but the sun run still continued. You still saw uh, kids cheering their mommy or daddy in the crowd. and holding up signs encouraging friends and family to keep going. So let's take inspiration from that and keep going as well, and not forget where we came from, obviously, and what we've been through, but also to keep going forward. All right. So that was the most beautiful thing I've seen today. Yeah, by far. Um, yeah. So this is Yakidachi saying, "Oh yeah, this schedule this week. I might have another movie watch along coming up this Sunday or next. Uh, for the next Sunday side content where I get a little creative on you guys, and yeah, so maybe a movie watch along, and hopefully anime. I keep finding this great free anime, guys. It's free, no subscription necessary. So anyway, we'll talk about that when we get there. I'm also going to try and play some new games because I've only played maybe 3 since I've started, and I need to really expand my territory because I'm a little shaky in some other genres, but I'll try my best. All right, and yeah, yeah, I just bought Repo, and I might buy some business simulator games. We'll see. We'll see. Anyway, comment below what you want to see me play. All right, let's just say that that was the most beautiful thing I've seen today. So this is Yakidachi saying that if you this cringy Oji-san says that that you'll see if you look hard enough, you'll find something beautiful every day. And Jamata Jane. See you next time. Peace out. And I already miss you guys. Take care of yourselves. Have a good week. Bye.